Shabbat Shalom. Kahalo Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat Shem Kakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. And Shabbat Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, this is going to be a short lesson on keeping your head up and knowing that what we have to go through is going to be uh, I don't know what word to use, like a horror movie, right? In this case, Hannibal Lecter. This is Romans 15 and 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So these things are warnings, right? And we're supposed to be hardening ourselves when we read the scriptures. It's a chance to wrap your head around what you're about to see and be prepared for it. Let's read the NIV. For everything that was written in the past was written to teach us, so that through the endurance taught in the scriptures and the encouragement they provide, we might have hope. Okay? Standard ESV. For whatever was written in former days was written for our instruction. Okay? And some of that shit is fucked up. So let's get some of that on some Hannibal Lecter. Let's go to Revelation. All right? And it's starting to come out. Oh, you're going to eat some bugs. And well, bugs are protein. Some like John the Baptist eating locusts. It's protein. So some things are edible and other things are not. All right. So got to watch out for the devil. He'll try to sneak some shit up on you. Okay, so this is Revelation 7. We'll start it. Let's see. Oh, 7. No, Salakia. Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. I'm reading it wrong. 19. All right, this is Jeremiah 19. We'll start at 9. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters. And they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege and straitness wherewith their enemies, and they that seek their lives shall straiten them. Okay? The straight and narrow. We're coming into the time, right? The worst time ever on the face of the earth. All right? The Siege. Go watch that movie. I think there's a couple of them. All right? We're coming into the siege. They're going to surround Babylon as a whole and the cities. They're doing it now. What are they doing? They're stopping the supply chain. They're stopping the food from coming in. So food is going to be the number one. You got to eat and you got to have water. All right. How did they deal with us at Masada? Niggas was eating belts. All right. So these things were written for our learning. What does that mean? It's going to happen again. No new thing. It ain't just coming up. It's in Ecclesiastes. There it is. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. What has been, this is the NIV, what has been will be again, what has been done will be done again. There is no new thing under the sun. History, NLT, history merely repeats itself. It has all been done before. Nothing new. Nothing under the sun is truly new. Okay? This is what has been done before. What? Eating your children. Salaki, where did that go? It's Jeremiah. There it is. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and of their daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend. Cannibalism. It happened before, right? And the Most High is going to cause it to happen again. The siege, the biggest siege ever, is going to happen again. Straightness, difficult. Who's our enemy? Pursuant to Psalm 83. Okay? So these things are coming. And I'm going to keep this short, so let's get straight to it. This is the Angry Prepper. All right? And what is this? 3 hours ago, so that's today. We are going to talk about something beyond taboo that they are trying to make normal. It is one thing to do this during a survival situation. It is an entirely another, that's wrong, subject to do this for lunch or dinner. Okay? It is entirely wrong to do it in the first place. Okay? Meaning you're either going to do the right thing, which is to trust in the Lord, or you're going to do some Donner Party type shit and try to survive by doing what? Eating flesh and blood. And you ain't supposed to do that. Okay? And the elect won't do it. They're going to trust in the Lord, and they're going to make it. All right? So anyway, the title of this Angry Prepper video that was made 3 hours ago, Are They Making Cannibalism Acceptable? Let's watch this. And I'm going to play the front end, right, of his, I guess he starts all his videos out like that. But I like it. It shows you, the times that we're coming in. And then right there, he shows, he don't know. I believe that the Angry Prepper is an Ephraimite. Look like he's from New York. He's in New York City. Okay. I believe he's an Ephraimite. He don't, is he a Jake? He's acting like Esau. I think he was a firefighter at EMT. And, but there's a point in his intro where they got supposedly him getting ready to be a pilgrim and getting out there and handling his business. So let's watch. That right there. See? It's going to come a time when you got to hit the dusty road. Remember that movie, The Road? Okay? And if you know what is coming, you know what to expect. All right? The biggest prepping manual out there is the Holy Bible. Okay? And you have to be able to understand it. You have to have eyes to see and ears to hear, which means understanding. With all thy getting, get understanding. So he don't know, right? Because he don't know the scriptures. But cannibalism is part of the, we're going to bring it out.
Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. So today's video, we're going to talk about, are they making cannibalism acceptable? Or rather, coming to terms with cannibalism. Now, this is coming from a couple of articles I've been reading lately, things I'm seeing on Instagram, and even Autumn Backyard Garden, who has a YouTube channel, by the way, she did a video on this. Now, when she did the video dropped today. I've been researching this category, if you will, for the last couple of days, if not a week or so. Only because it's been popping up on my radar just way too much. Now,
And the reason why is because the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. The Most High is, whatever this devil does comes from the Most High. That's understanding. All right. So he ain't doing nothing on his own. He's the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill, right, and to destroy. All right, because that's how the Most High wired his brain, and the Most High is controlling his brain, right? Mind control, right? The king's heart is his mind, so that shit's coming down from on high. Oh, you're gonna eat some bugs, and we're gonna make it okay to eat each other in the siege and in the strait, and in all the movies, The Road, this guy, Book of Eli, they're showing what is coming. All right.
we have talked about them wanting to feed us bugs. I'm going to do a video on that. We've been talking about synthetic meat and growing human flesh in a test tube. Talking about all that over the past year now. Interestingly enough, the New York Times comes up with an article suggesting that it's time for us to come to terms with cannibalism. Apparently, the New York Times doesn't know the history of cannibalism and why cannibalism is a thing. They are saying because of books and movies and how they keep implementing implementing the talk of cannibalism, especially with this new TV show called Yellow Jackets. It's on Showtime. I haven't watched it, but I got an idea that there was cannibalism in it. And there was another TV show on Hulu called Fresh. With these, again, TV shows and movies coming out and books, I think there's one called A Certain Hunger.
They're preparing.
Forgot who it was written by, but that's another book about cannibalism. Now, interestingly enough, guys, these shows are coming out to condition, I think, this is my opinion, so don't, again, get carried away and be like, the Angry Prepper said, no. In my opinion, I think that these movies and books are being written and coming out because they want society to be okay with cannibalism.
Don't he look like Ephraim?
They want to introduce us eating human flesh because, guys, even if you grow it in a test tube, it's still human flesh, and that's still a human eating a human, no matter how you look at it. Therefore, it is categorized as cannibalism. So they're trying to make it okay so that we can eat that synthetic shit because it is, in a way, synthetic. I think they do use cells, but then there's all kinds of goops and globs that they add to it to grow it. Whatever. Not even interested in it, as far as eating it goes, anyway. With that, guys, they are, I think, preparing society, the idiots out there, the idiots of the world, they're preparing them to be okay with this. And people are going to start having more conversations about this. I am almost 1,000% sure there's even a conversation about this right now as we speak on Reddit somewhere.
All right, now let's not forget that Esau been doing this to Jake going way back. He hit it, but guess what? All right, the delectable Negro. Okay, that lets you know that this fucking devil been eating Jake's going way back, and they've kept it then you got shit like spirit cooking and stuff like that. Now the truth is starting because you can't hide anything, and everything is gonna be outed, right? Everything that was kept secret is gonna be noised abroad. So now they have to, like he's saying, they got to introduce this because it never stopped. They've been doing it. This is how they get down. Okay, eating niggas, and there was this thing. I'll try to pull it up if Lord willing, about shit. How do I say it? In Africa, what was it? 3,000 rods, men's rods, were being shipped to Japan, to China, and somebody found out about it and busted it. What the fuck is that? Okay, that's this devil. All right, that's Moab. They're all in cahoots. I'm gonna try to pull that up.
because Reddit are full of fucking retards. It's like where the world retards go, Reddit. And with that, I'm pretty sure somewhere along in that little stupid mess of a fucking website, they have cannibalism talk in there. So, guys, what are we doing? As preppers, we are trying not to be part of that bullshit because there's a dangerous line that can be crossed with cannibalism. If you make it acceptable and then you start having people haphazardly running around the streets eating people because they're going to kill them, they're probably going to cook them. No one's going to eat anyone raw. At least I hope not. And first of all, I hope they don't eat anyone. But if they're going to eat people, I hope not. I hope it's not raw. But conditioning these people to make it okay, and then have these people cross that line, and then have people say, "Well, I need to eat. This is why I killed X, Y, and Z," and people are going to go, "Okay, that makes sense." This is all part of conditioning, guys. And the crazy thing with the conditioning is they've conditioned people. They won the conditioning battle, if you will, during the whole COVID-19 bullshit. Mr. 19's fucking year, 2 years. They had us believe a lot of different things with COVID, a lot of different things. And people like, yes, no, no, yes, okay, that makes sense, no, that's a lie. And through the whole thing, we sat there and some of us believed the bullshit. Then we find out that half the things they told us weren't even true. And now they're trying to convince us that eating human meat could be okay with little slick articles like this from the New York Times. Now, what was once done out of shock value, cannibalism, in movies, TV shows, and books, it was always done as shock value, right? People are like, oh my God, is that Anthony Hopkins eating a motherfucker's kidneys? You know, like, we were like, holy shit, right? And especially when they showed the fucking cutting the guy's brain out and eating it with fucking lava beans or flava beans, whatever the fucking kind of beans he was eating it with. That scene at the end, people were like, oh my God, that was like the worst thing I've ever seen. Okay. That used to be for shock value, but now it's no longer for shock value. Now it seems like the conversation is growing.
It's not for shock value. It's for those in the know that understand. Okay, they're winking and nodding to each other because that's how they teach with their hands, and they can put something in your face that you don't understand. But those that are a part of that, all right, they have their own little secret chuckle about it. All right, so there's that. Let's get this real quick. I typed this in. Let's see. Human male organs shipped from Africa to see, because they would hang Jake, right? They'd lynch him, and then they start cutting off parts of his body, right? And of course, the first thing they cut off is what? His rod. What would they do with that rod? Oh, well, they would put it in a pickle jar. No. They go home and they eat it, okay? And keep that shit a secret. For whatever witchcraft they're doing, okay, see what comes up. Fact check, Reuters, oh, da-da-da-da. Oh, no, it didn't. Here's Snopes. All right. Why is this even in here? If why is it a story? Chinese authorities seize over 7,200 human, what does this say? Penises. Okay. What's going on? Here we got them making cannibalism vogue now, or in style. And then this thing, what does this say? Going back to, what does it say? Since 2002. No, this should have been long gone. So when they have these wars and stuff, and they collect the dead, what are they doing? Oh, this nigga freshly dead. You're gonna get his organs. Okay? The organ donation. When you go to the DMV to get your driver's license, they got a thing on the back that says, "Oh, are you going to donate your organ?" You never check that because there's a dude out there who knows that you check that box and he's going to sideswipe you. You get in an accident, you're still alive, but then suddenly either before you get to the hospital or when you get to the hospital, you're fucking dead and your organs are being seized. Okay? What is this? China seizes 7,221 human penises in a container from Nigeria. Why is this a story? And then you got, the first one's on the list. Well, we're debunking it. Fact check. Snopes. No Chinese authorities didn't see. What do you mean? Reps to investigate export over 7,000 refrigerated rods. Oh, it's just satire. Come on. Esau, come on. All right? So anyway, I'm trying to keep this short. Let's read this again. Jeremiah 19 and 9. I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege and straitness wherewith their enemies, and they that seek their life shall straiten them. Okay, so there's cannibalism right there. All right. We'll get to the siege too. This is Leviticus. Let's see. Wow. Let's go to Isaiah. Because Leviticus is going to be the law on not eating flesh. You're not supposed to. Well, we'll get that too. Isaiah 9 and what? 19? Let's see, 20. Isaiah 9 and 20. And he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry. And he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. That's cannibalism. Is it not? Eating flesh, human flesh, is called cannibalism. This was written for our learning. The book of Ezekiel 5 and 10. Therefore, the father shall eat the sons in the midst of thee, and the sons shall eat their fathers, and I will execute judgments in thee, and the whole remnant of thee will I scatter into all the winds. Okay, so and this is mainly talking about Jake, the Most High, is jacking you 2/3 up. And you 2/3 are going to do the same thing now as you did then. So yes, there's going to be cannibalism, right? In Israel. 2/3, you niggas, all right, are about to catch it. You're about to catch it. Let's get one more here. We'll get the law. Lamentations 4 and 10. The hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. This has happened before. It will happen again. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay? And these things were written for our learning that we may be prepared. All right? So when you see that shit, it's going down. You keep it moving. Get to the wilderness. You be a pilgrim, knowing that shit is going on. And don't get caught up. Don't trust your enemy. He's setting you up, nigga, because he's about to have a barbecue. All right? A picnic and a barbecue. All right? And who's on the menu? Your black ass is on the menu. What the hell do you think a picnic and a barbecue is? All right? They're sacrificing your ass while putting you to death, praying to their God, and then they eat your fucking flesh. All right? So don't get it twisted. Let's get the law real quick. Leviticus. It's 26. So Leviticus 26 and 29. Oh, this is not the law. Let's see. You will eat the flesh of your own sons and daughters. See that? I would think it was the law because it's in Leviticus. Let's see. Do not eat the blood. You get that? Let's lock it. It says, only be sure that thou eat not the blood, for the blood is life, and thou mayest not eat the life with the flesh. Okay? There are dietary laws, okay? But you niggas, the Most High is gonna make you do that anyway. So he can judge you about it. You're still under the curse. It's 53. Deuteronomy 28 and 53. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body. The fruit of your body are your children. The flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy power hath given thee, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee. Okay? And it's been done before. It's going to happen again. When is it going to happen? Daniel 12 and 1, yeah? Daniel 12 and 1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, the siege and the straitness, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Who is that? That people. The 1/3, the elect, shall be delivered. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. Okay? That time. Jeremiah 30 and what is it? 7. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. That's the siege coming. Jacob's trouble. These things are going to happen again. Cannibalism. They're making it good now. Why? Because we're this close. But he shall be saved out of it. Who is he? The 1/3, the elect, will be saved out of it. This is Matthew. 4, 2, 4, 5. King James. 21, yeah. For then, Matthew 24 and 21. For then, when is then? Then is now, shall be great tribulation, Jacob's trouble, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be short, there should be no flesh. There should no flesh be saved. Why? Because they're eating it. I speak in jest, all right? Hey, but they will be eating flesh in these days. What days? The days of Jacob's trouble. They're making it okay to eat flesh, to kill flesh. See a nigga, kill a nigga. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh. A Hannibal Lecter is being set free to start cooking fava beans and your black ass for the barbecue at the picnic. We're going to pick a nigga, we're going to barbecue his ass up and put Sweet Baby Ray's on his ass. All right? But who's going to be saved? But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. All right? So with that, that's enough. I'll end it there, as they say. Lord willing, the elect will edify you, brothers and few sisters. With that, we can say Shabbat Shalom.